to Technology Teatime, where we remind ourselves and educators around the world how we use technology to connect with our students and with each other. Today's special guest is Karla Fuller. Dr. Fuller values creativity in her science lessons and uses ePortfolios to collaborate and make connections that students might not normally have the chance to investigate. She is assistant professor of biology here at Guttman Community College, CUNY. Karla, welcome.
Thank
you for stopping by today.
Oh, my
Giving
pleasure.
us a few minutes of your time. Can I pour you some tea?
Please.
It's mint, one of your favorites.
Thank you.
So, Karla, tell us a little bit about how you think about engaging students. How does technology help you engage them?
So this is, of late, this has been an interesting issue for me. So as we become more digitized, and myself I'm the prime culprit. I'm completely connected all the time. So yeah.
Nice.
So I want to be able to harness that to engage with students because it's something that I think I have in common with them. And also I feel like if technology is used properly, it can really be an enhancement to the learning, and it can make the content more accessible. This is important to me because here at Guttman, I'm teaching biology, which is very content specific, to students who are not science majors. And so right away, I feel like it's my responsibility to grab them at the beginning and give them ways to engage in the material quickly in a way that it's flexible enough that they can do it the way that works best for them. And so I find that technology helps a lot in my effort to do that. And so in the class, I've been using ePortfolios very heavily. I use them, but I think I use them a little bit differently than a lot of the other professors at Guttman, as I use them as a part of my teaching, not just as a support to my teaching. So the ePortfolio is really the home base for my class. When I come in the room, I open it's on the smart board, and I'm interacting with it. So by doing that, I feel like I'm showing students where the information is on the ePortfolio and different ways to use it. So if I'm explaining a difficult concept, this week we're talking about the urinary system. So if I'm trying to, I can explain that to students, I can show them diagrams, we can discuss, and then I can also reach into the ePortfolio and show them a video that has some X-ray technology that shows water as it moves through the body from drinking to urinating, or I can show them different ways. There is some technology that's available to me, but not necessarily to the students, but I could use the ePortfolio as an interface so they can play around with viruses and 3D rotation of human structures. So I try to think of what might they need, not only how can I use it in class, but what might they need when they get home and they're trying to study and refresh. How can I put the information in the ePortfolio in a way that they can grab it, play with it, and then use that to accelerate their learning.
So it seems like you're using it to kind of connect the home and the class learning, but also to reach learners in different ways as well, which is so important, right?
Absolutely.
Really help us.
Yeah, because I know a lot of students, I do a survey at the beginning and I ask students to tell me how they want to receive information. So some of them say, I'd like to be able to read the book, or I'd like to be able to see pictures, or I'd like to be able to draw pictures. So the ePortfolio allows me to put all of that in there. I can't do that in a lecture. I don't have time. I can do one thing in the lecture, but then have 7 things in the ePortfolio that are different ways of doing that same thing.
Wow. Well, we really admire your use of ePortfolio. If people our viewers wanted to learn more about some of these things that you're doing, incorporating all of these things into your ePortfolio, where could they go?
The one resource that I find really helpful is the website for the Association for the Advancement of Experiential Evidence-Based Learning, AAEEBL.
Oh wow, that's very snappy. AAEEBL.
So they have a nice big website with there's a wiki on there, there's a blog, So whatever the people who are using ePortfolio are doing, it ends up there. So you can see lots of different examples of the ways that professors around the world are using ePortfolio to help with teaching and learning. I find that I also draw a lot of inspiration from my colleagues here at Guttman. Just cruise around and see other people's ePortfolios. Some of them are public, so other people would be able to see them as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for all of your great information, and thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for the tea.
Really appreciate it. If you'd like to learn more, talk more, be a guest, or have a cup of tea, please don't hesitate to get in touch.